Okay, so my opinion, honestly, I know there's a lot of opinions about that, and I love seeing all the theories, but honestly, if that's the way Jonathan goes out, I mean, it was crazy, it was sick, it was twisted, it was definitely a twist. But if Damien does want me back, gives me that call, I'm totally
We want him back, right, guys?
Thanks, big sis.
Cool, bro. Yeah, the ending is a bit unsatisfactory. I mean, for me and probably for a lot of people. But you know, we're trying to make another film, so I guess that's why. I don't know which one's my favorite. It's hard to say. I really love the second. I think it's because like we really got to develop our relationship in the second, and it was my introduction to the franchise, so it holds a special place in my heart. However, in the third, I think in every department, everybody just improved and stepped up their game, so it's something to really be proud of. So it's a cop-out answer, but I don't think I have a favorite.
I completely agree with her. I'm sorry.
I also agree.
Yeah.
Second is still my favorite.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I know that Darren just worked with you on Monster Mania. I'm the monster, sorry.
I wish.
This is the monster.
Yeah.
But also, I know that obviously it's crazy shoots with both the monster and the Terrifier movies. And I know Darren during the set of Saw 2, 3, and 4. They played pranks on each other to help each other get through the craziness and all the gore and the crazy hours. Did you guys have an outlet? Did you play pranks on each other? Did you do anything specific to deal with the gore and the craziness and the hectic hours and all that jazz?
I wasn't in the monster.
But I think he's talking
Oh, it's
Terrifier,
all
right?
right.
In general.
Okay, I
In
mean.
terms of Terrifier.
You were there in spirit.
I'm talking
all right.
about the Terrifier.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we didn't really have too many pranks. It was just a lot of just hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
But the only kind of prank thing that would happen would be between me and David. We would fart.
Oh my god.
I
remember that. I was there too. I was in the same room.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, we didn't have many pranks. Yeah, I can't think of one. We all just like really got along. So maybe, I mean, Dave, my first day on Terrifier 2, he was in full makeup the first time I saw him, and he scared me, like from behind. I didn't know he was going to be there. It was like my little trailer that had a little window, and he was just like there, like looking at me, and I was like, "You son of a bitch." He knows I'm terrified of clowns too. So yeah, pranks like that, but nothing dangerous.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So my two questions. One, what was your most memorable time of Terrifier 2 and 3? And also, would you ever, two of you, be in a different kind of horror movie, instead of Terrifier? Even though Terrifier is your family, but maybe like if you guys had if you had a chance to do another horror movie or another horror franchise or a TV show.
If I ever got the chance to work with Lauren again, I mean, she's the best, and I've already learned so much from you in terms of acting, and acting's reacting. I'll never forget that advice.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's the best. So of course, I would work with her at any capacity in any film or anything. The most memorable moment I've ever had on set, there's a lot of memorable moments. That's kind of hard to pinpoint a specific one, but I personally, of course, really love acting with Lauren. All of our scenes together in Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, and once again, like she was saying, they stepped it up in every department, but she also, in my opinion, stepped it up for sure in Terrifier 3. I mean, there were scenes where I'm acting with her, and you see Sienna, the emotion in her eye.
Yep. And Jonathan too.
And
Both of
Jonathan,
you
that's
guys
damn
it's the best
straight.
movie ever.
Thanks
I
so
love you
much.
guys.
All love.
Sienna. At least I'm trying, Sienna.
At least
At least I'm fucking.
At least I'm fucking trying.
Yeah. You got that from a band, right?
Yeah, there's I don't know if there's any fans of punk music in here, but I'm a huge, hell yeah, I'm a huge punk fan. There's this band called Minor Threat, and they have a lyric where they say, at least I'm fucking trying.
So that was improvised.
And you called me boy genius.
I called you boy genius. So we both had band references. And I didn't even know that wasn't on purpose on my end, but that's hilarious.
And the best line is, can't you act like a human being for one fucking second?
yeah.
Thank you. That was really fun. I had to do that. My hands were hurting by the end of that day because I did it for my scene partners too. Even when I was off screen, I would like slam the table, so my hands were beet red at the end of that day. That was fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I totally agree. I would work with Elliot on anything. We did it wasn't horror. Your animation, because he does everything. This guy. And I did voiceover with him for some. I think I played your sister too in the voiceover. I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't do as many animation. I don't like work on animation anymore because it's like so hard. Every single frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed it.
Yeah, I would work with Elliot no matter what.
So this is kind of a two-part question for Elliot. One, do you think they left your death scene out because they might bring you back? And two, part two of it is, are you disappointed you didn't have a death scene?
Well, I mean, I like I said earlier, I honestly think it's kind of an honor. The fact that it was at the end in such a crazy traumatic scene, it's a traumatic moment, especially for Sienna, and I mean the whole Shaw family, but like, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. And also, seeing the response from this horror community and the Terrifier fans, it's something that I'm truly grateful for. Thank you all so much for caring. Seriously.
We love you guys.
Really good to know that.
We love Elliot.
Love you guys.
Here and
Hey, Lauren, what would you say was the most physically demanding scene you've ever done in the Terrifier franchise, since you do a lot of your own stunts?
Oh gosh, it's hard to say because we had some stuff, but I feel like this was like half a decade ago that we filmed which is crazy to think. I don't. We're just getting so old, bro. Yeah, so that was hard. I remember being exhausted, and we filmed grueling hours for Terrifier 2. Like we were on set 20, 22, 24 hours straight some days. So that was exhausting. I know. Not this time though. And for Terrifier 3, probably being taped to the chair because they weren't going to actually tape me in, but I was like, please tape me into this. I don't want to fight against my body. I want to actually be taped so I can really go through the motion. So I was really taped, and they had to like tape me from my wrist to my elbow, like many layers, so it wouldn't, because I got out of it almost every time. And I even told Damien, I was like, I'm gonna get out of this too easily. Like tape is not that strong, it's duct tape. He's like, no, it'll be fine, trust me, it'll work. And I was like, each take I got out of it, and I broke the chair. Like thank God we had another chair, because I literally broke it. And Olga, who was our, like she does everything, but like she did set design, and she was like, please don't break this one. This is our last one. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, so I was, that hurt a lot. It all hurt though.
You're a real trooper.
Thank you.
Hi. So my question is, Terrifier compared to some of the other slasher movies could be a lot darker. And I was wondering, like, mentally, what did you guys do to prepare for these roles?
I would take a lot of my own experiences in life, but of course I was never traumatized and being chased around by a killer clown, but I would try to just take moments from my real life, but also preparing for Terrifier 2 specifically, I would listen to a lot of Ozzy Osbourne in my headphones before. Hell yeah. A lot of metal music, and then I feel like music is very important. I know you had your whole playlist.
I have a playlist, yeah.
For Sienna. So yeah, like a lot of music, and also just trying to feel for what the character is feeling in that moment. Fantastic question.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's so unique to each actor. It's always different, and music is certainly something I connect to. I think we all do. Like, we feel something when we listen to certain songs. So why wouldn't an actor take advantage of that? You make a playlist, like I really love Tash Sultana, who's a Australian musician. I highly recommend. Look them up; they're incredible. Every time I listen to their songs, I cry. It just like viscerally, I feel it. Tash Sultana, S-U-L-T. So I see you like Googling. Yeah, but no, I reached out to like mental health facilities to get a better understanding of what someone in this, I mean, not one-to-one, obviously, but someone in this circumstance with this kind of trauma might be feeling, might be going through. I did a lot of research on this kind of trauma, just because I wanted to represent it the best of my ability. But at the same time, sometimes it just comes. Sometimes when you're in a scene with an actor, you're looking at them, you're reacting to them, you're feeling what they're feeling, you feed off of each other. The emotion sometimes just comes. You believe where you are in that moment. So it depends on the day, it depends on who you're working with, it depends on the actor. But it's a wonderful question.
Thank you, and I just want to say you guys did a very good job of like accurately portraying, you know, that kind of trauma without making it like over the top.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us. Thank you.
Seriously.
Haven't heard from this side of the room yet, young lady over here.
So, Elliot, congrats on your upcoming short film.
Oh, thank you.
An awesome fun.
Thank you.
So, this question's for both of you. Is there a different process for you when you're working on shorts versus features? And what do you like about short films?
That's a very interesting question. This is actually going to be my very first short film. And I'm going to be working with Josie, my wonderful girlfriend, and she's going to be, I'm very excited to see what she brings to the table. She's very awesome.
Let's go, Josie.
She's in here, I'm pretty sure she's in here somewhere. Shout out Josie if you're
Probably hiding.
Oh, she's over there. Love you, Josie! But, it's going to be very interesting. We start filming in a few months, and thank you so much. It's going to be like a mix of like our goals. Like David Lynch, of course, is a huge inspiration. Of course, rest in peace. And Donnie Darko, and it's going to still have like a coming of age feel at the same time too. So I'm excited to see what y'all think.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question, and I think for me the process is always the same. It's world building, right? You have to create decisions or have opinions on what's happening to the character, who the character is, make decisions about who that person is, what their life was before, moments before, sense of space. Like, it's all the same. I mean, short films are easier because there's less lines to memorize and it's just shorter, and it takes a lot more effort to do a feature. Like, you're exhausted, but whereas a short, it's like quick, maybe a week, a month tops, and you're done and you feel accomplished. But yeah, I think it's for me the same. Good question though.
There was one over here.
I have a quick question. So prior to either receiving your role or auditioning, had either of you seen the first Terrifier movie? And I guess what was your reaction when you finally did see it and realized you were going to be in a sequel? Crazy.
I actually did see the first Terrifier. I mean, my whole family, I was raised as a horror fan. The very first horror film I ever saw was House of a Thousand Corpses. Of course, there were some scenes as a young kid where I had to turn away, but we were scrolling on Netflix and we saw Art the Clown, that face, that Dan Mark, and we watched it. And I vividly remember the night, where I was sitting, everything, how I felt. I was like, what is this? What a crazy film.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I never saw it, and I had no idea what it was. But I had an idea, like I saw that, I saw Art the Clown's face on Netflix whenever I'd scroll, whatever. I was like, what am I gonna watch tonight? And I'd always see his face and be like, what is this? I should see this, because I love horror films. And I didn't get the chance to watch it, but I don't think I put two and two together when I auditioned. When I read the sides, like, and I say this often, I thought it was a family drama. Like, I had no idea. Like, I was like, oh, I have a scene with my brother, I have a scene with my mom, like, it's just a, like, you know, they're going through some shit, like, okay, I get this, and that's how I continue to approach it, too, and I think that's what brings the realism to it, as opposed to playing into the tone of it being a horror film. I think if I had known that, I might have made very different choices. I might have tried to play the tone or something, as opposed to just being grounded in reality. When I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? But like, I was blown away by the choices. They're so different than anything I've ever seen, and I really commend Damien for taking such risks that, you know, like using a gun, like things that would really piss people off, but he does it, and I love that. I love that he's just like, I'm gonna make what I want to make. So I'm just psyched to be a part of it.
Got time for one or two more. Gentleman in the red hat, you've been waiting a while.
Yeah, Elliot, we were sad to see you go, man. Lauren, did you guys start filming the fourth one? If so, are you going to give us a little more backstory?
Damien's not even done writing it yet. He's trust me, dude. I'm constantly DMing him like, "What's going on?" Like, what? And he's just like, "No, it's not done yet." But hopefully soon. You'll probably know before me. I'm always the last to find out. But I'm excited to see where we go for the fourth.
I'm definitely excited for the fourth.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
I was curious, when you guys shoot the film and then you actually go see it when it's completed, how different is it when you see that versus everything you lived through?
That's a very interesting question. There's a lot of stuff also that I'm not on set for too. So I'm always interested and excited to see everybody's performances and also how they pulled off this stunt and all these practical effects. So seeing Terrifier 3 at the premiere, I was in Manchester. And I was eating popcorn, and I think that was definitely the wrong decision. Especially that rat scene, and of course the shower scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least you weren't eating mashed potatoes.
Don't bring it back. Don't say that. Thanksgiving will forever be ruined for Jonathan. And me.
And you. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you read the script, and I am the type of person, I'll read the script hundreds of times because I want to feel it in my veins. I want to feel like I'm living that role. And I don't know how they pull it off, but like I have like a visual of how it will look, and then it looks like that, and most of the times better than what I'm imagining. I don't know how they pull it off with such a small budget. But in terms of like seeing myself on screen, I hate it. It's the worst. Like yourself on a huge screen, that sounds like a nightmare. It's not why I got into acting, to look at myself. It was just to tell stories, and I'm happy to tell these kinds of stories. But seeing myself makes me sick to my stomach.
Same.
I gotta put a bow on it. Give it up for Elliot Fullam and Lauren LaVera. Lauren and Elliot are signing until 5 o'clock tonight. They are down in the gallery. It's the ballroom next to the hotel bar. If you want their autograph, go down there tonight or tomorrow.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Love y'all.
Love you too.